Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Quiet down, man. Have a seat, man. Calm down. Calm down. How fast we can turn, man. What's up, man? Let me know you can hear me on Instagram. I had some audio problems when I came on. I gotta fire my audio guy. Fixing to fire the coffee person, the audio person, and the researcher. I could do them all better myself. Yeah, that's you. I'm looking at you. This is the XOXL, very highly leveraged to the semiconductor space. Okay. Science of Getting Rich says in chapter 2, in the first paragraph, there's the science of getting rich. It's an exact science, like algebra or arithmetic. In other words, time times amount times you. There are certain laws that govern the process of acquiring riches. Here's one that it isn't. I gotta take a break from the market. I gotta focus on my job. I get that a lot. Just shut up, say you quit. Stop bullshitting. I gotta focus. Gerald, I gotta focus. Just say you quit, bro. Just say it out loud. There are certain laws that govern the process of acquiring riches. Once those laws are learned and obeyed by any man or woman, he or she will get rich with mathematical certainty. It's just a matter. A process, man. Process over outcome. So I was saying something on Instagram, if you're a subscriber, if you're not so cheap that you can't subscribe, I know some of you rather buy a sandwich. But let's say you gave up a sandwich one time a month, a sandwich, and you were a subscriber. I was breaking down this Bitcoin trade. I'm up about $5,000 on that trade, by the way. A little more than the cost of a sandwich. But hey, keep the sandwich. I don't know what to say. So this pattern here will play out, and what we should see is it usually starts to run into trouble at the base of the previous stage one. And let's see, right around in here, we're going to start to run into trouble. We're already pushing up against that resistance. Now we should get it. This is where you start to get little pauses in the run because, well, that zone had stopped before, right? Now what we should see is price run into this previous high, assuming everything goes okay. Can't poop a subscription. Oh man, people get so mad at me when I do that. They'll be like, well, you just don't understand. I'm like, no, I understand, bro. I know all about quitting. I used to do it a lot. Then I stopped letting myself quit. So we're bumping through. We're going to run on up through here, and we're going to tag. We should tag. Problem we're going to run into is the RSI is going to probably hit extreme up in there. So all looks good right now. And it really is important to understand how fast shit can turn. I was showing this. Let me see if I can find it for Instagram. I can't do it on. Oh, let's see if it'll work. All right. So last Friday, if you have the newsletter, these are some trades we added to. You know, they're position ads. These are the ads. So SXL since last week is up 28%. SoFi is up 18%. Bingo's up 21%. Let's look at Bingo. Now here's what'll mess people up. What I was trying to say is they'll be like, they look at everything from when they got in. And the truth is the market doesn't care when you got in. Okay? It doesn't care about that at all. Doesn't give a shit when you decided to join the stock market. It's just playing the hand that is now. And money's just a social agreement. So the price of a stock can just be arbitrarily changed. And then it's, still what it is. The game starts over. So, there's a breakout. This is what we were trying to, and then we started kind of going sideways. And now we're pushing. We're above. Now, does it go higher? I don't know. If it does, it has the potential to run up to what our target would be. If we get through this resistance zone, which we're through it right now, we'll see if it holds into the day. Then our target is up here in this 273 zone. Now, something that confuses people terribly is they'll think the money flow rules change based on when they get in. So in other words, let's say you're underwater in a stock and now the RSI is 70. Okay. It doesn't know where you got in. Meaning, if you got in down here and now the RSI is 70, it doesn't know that you got in up here. It doesn't know that. It doesn't know you got in up here. It's still 70, okay? And the pattern is still running the pattern. And it can come down. Now, so you have a choice. You could say, well, I'll just, you can do nothing. You can just wait, right? You can just wait. Or you could trade around the position. Now, that decision's up to you. It depends on what you're trying to do, what your goals are, what's the purpose, right? And yet the money flow is still going to run. It doesn't matter what the price is over here. This arbitrarily changes. Money is a social agreement. I talk about this in the new ebook, by the way. Where's my man? Ace, did you get the new ebook, bro? Where are you at, man? Did you buy the new ebook, bro? Don't be telling me, oh, I'm too busy. Don't give me that bullshit, man. Donald Trump's busy too. He runs for president. So that new ebook I wrote just for you, man. And what about, oh, Curvy here. Did you buy the new ebook? If you didn't buy the ebook, leave the live, okay? I wrote it just for you, and then you didn't get it. So I don't know what to do, man. I guess I got to come to your house and read it to you. Did you get it, bro? I wrote it for you, man. Does the book have audio, Gerald? I can't read 38 pages. I don't have 4 minutes a day. Could you read it to me? Could you come to my house, Gerald, and stroke my hair and read it to me? I'm so busy. I can't read. No, yes, it has audio in it, man. It has audio. It has, oh, Ace, you didn't buy the book, bro. I just called you out. Ace, you're going to spend 27 cents, $27 on bullshit. I'm giving you my life's mindset in one little book, man. You should own that. Curvy, go buy the book. Stop coming on my lives. You don't have this book. I'm fixing to start blocking you guys. Go get the damn book. That's why I wrote it. You don't know what I know in that book. You do not. Stop saying that. Stop pretending like you know. You don't. So, yeah, it's 38 pages, bro. Maybe your kid can read it to you. Get your kids to read it to you. For all you guys that are too lazy, read it for bedtime. You'll help your kids out. It'll be better than the shit you're reading to them, I promise you. So stop reading the Socialist Manifesto and read this. I know, they're busy. They're too busy. Oh, I'm too busy, Gerald. I can't do it. I'm too busy, bro. I just want to watch your stuff, and I'm so busy. All right, so we got breakouts. Yep, Curvy. Next time you're on here, you're blocked if I don't see your name having bought that book. There's no way you know what I know in that book. So I'm trying to change it. If I have to force you to change your life, I'm going to do it. I'm going to press on you. I guess I'm going to have to start calling you out one by one. I thought we were friends. So I done said the other day, if you don't have my book, I do not know you. You're dead to me. We are not friends. I don't know who you are. If I wanted to go to a restaurant and you had one and I was town, I'd go to your restaurant. If you sold cars and I needed one, I would call you. And I know damn sure your mindset ain't right. So, because it never is right. It's always a work in progress. So where are we at? Let's look at Airbnb. You guys are bullshitting on me. That's what's happening. Airbnb, big breakout. Big breakout. So you see how I was listening to old Wall Street Trapper today, and he said nobody can pick bottoms. Bullshit. I can. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I pick that one. I pick that one. And I pick this one. So I don't know what he's talking about. I can pick every bottom. So once you learn the strategy, you can pick all bottoms. That bottom. That bottom. Pick all of them, man. You can pick all of them. What do you mean you can't pick bottoms? Now, maybe not the bottom. Yeah, not in a predictive nature. Like, no, I can't sit back and say, well, next July it'll be the bottom. No. But I can use charts to show you the pattern of what the bottom is. So if I bought a little of that bottom and I bought a share on this bottom and I bought a share on this bottom, notice the price point goes lower. But as this starts coming up, it exponentially goes up because now I have 3 shares, right? Some are lower, it's exponential. So when I get up here, it's brought this down. So we don't need, again, price is a social agreement. We don't need the original price. If you learn to trade around your position. So if it runs up into here 230 and the RSI goes extreme, you can trim Airbnb. And then what? Wait for the setup, man. Wait for the sell-off. And so if we are in a bear market, okay, we could trade around that, right? If that's your plan. And if it's not your plan as an investor, then you're just lowering your price point just over time. I mean, that's 3 months. I'm sure you pick up 3 shares in 3 months. I don't know. You can't buy a book, but you could pick up 3 shares, and maybe you could buy a sandwich. A lot of guys could buy a sandwich. Don't get OG's book. Just buy a sandwich, Kirby. Go buy yourself lunch. Don't worry about me. Just let me starve out here. Let me just spend hours a day going in, doing, you go get a sandwich. Don't worry about me. Let's see. I wish you guys would write a book so I could not buy it. That'd be cool too. I'd be like, look, she wrote a book. Don't buy it. Build the position if it does the other way. Get every bottom. Let's see. I'm going to sit in the back now. Yeah, you should. You've thoroughly embarrassed me. Your money will grow to the measure that you're willing to argue for. That's right out of the book. He's quoting the book. What you're willing to argue for. They're arguing for sandwiches. So now you got sandwiches, and you don't have a book on how to be 10 foot tall and bulletproof because you got sandwiches. Help yourself out. And okay, man, back on track. Last week, I sent an email out last Sunday night. Was it Sunday night? I know you were too busy to read it. You got a lot going on in life. Yeah, it was Sunday night, right? People say, gee, why do you do that? I'm just pointing out things, man. I think I deleted it. So last Sunday night, I sent an email out and I said, oil is setting up for swing trades. Let's check out Gush. That oil is setting out. And then we opened, and of course, I myself didn't buy, and I should have. So this was our first buy signal, and I didn't buy. So anchor point, bottom, we are above the 5-day, right? So that's a stage 1. It's starting right there. So there's our 3, there's our 4, there's our 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're in a 1, and now we're breaking out. I mean, why buy the book, man? Why do it? Even though I email you on Sunday night and I say, hey, look, oil's breaking out. So the signal was right there. I didn't buy that day. I should have. And then we moved up, and then I drug ass again. We got in the day before. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? So I'm in the ERX as a trade, and now we're off to the races. Probably up a couple percent. We picked up some more this morning because we opened down. I said that yesterday. We're finessing this trade. We want to call our points. So if we had any weakness into the open, as long as this anchor point holds, I want to add to this trade. And so we opened down 2%. We added to it, and now it's up to, let's see, what is ERX up? ERX and Gush are the double leveraged funds. Since we're trading, I'll do the double leverage. So we're about to have the phenomena of the 5-day crossing the 10, prices above. Here's our stop loss right now, is down here in this 37 range. So we talked about you want to make your size based on how much you're cool losing, not how much you want to make. Just got the ebook, can't read. Good for you, man. I appreciate that. First timer with options in his name. Oh no, first timer. Yeah, you know he's broke. Let's see. My first time here. Interested in your book. Yep, get the book, man. Get the book. Dimitri, how do you buy the book? Come on, bro. All right. Do I need to explain it to people from New York slower or different? So if you're from New York, do I got to explain shit differently? I guess if you're from New York, I got to be like, hello, New Yorkers. And I got to make a TikTok video explaining, click button here. Okay. So here we are. We're breaking out. This looks good. I mean, everything looks good, man. We'll see. You know, I'm just playing with you, man. I'm just playing with you. Some of my best friends are from New York City. Um, the reality is, I mentioned this the other day. Notice this right here. Notice this little resistance zone right there. It's kind of an in-between support level. That's probably where we're more likely to stop than making a run for the high. That's just a little money flow 2.0 there. See that spot? That's likely. We got a little minor one in here. And what I mean is anywhere prices stop before, price tends to get hung up again. That's because of institutional traders, day traders messing with the market. So if we get up into here, I imagine it'll pause. And that's how you get those moves where it runs up, kind of pauses a little, maybe dips back to the 20, then it runs up, kind of pauses a little, dips back. And, and what you hope is you just kind of get a nice, easy run all the way to the top. In a perfect world, that's what you're going to get, right? So that's oil. We're watching oil from here on out the rest of our lives. Let's keep an eye on oil. What else? We could have traded Exxon. I'm already pretty heavy in Exxon, so I didn't do that. Obviously, one tweet, this shit breaks down. You know that. That's world politics right now. Let's look at Bitcoin, man. I'm up about 5 G's in this one here. So took profits again at 23,750. This is on a daily chart, so I'm swing trading Bitcoin in the direction of the daily chart. If you were with the professors live last night, we talked a little bit about this. I told him that I expected we get to the 26 range before this trend is over. All that is where it had stopped before, right around 2570 or 700, somewhere around there. These are just like hand grenade zones. They're not exact. So maybe we pull back and then eventually we push up into this 20, and then that would be a money flow pattern, right? Over, up, over, and down. So if we're swing trading this, which is what I've been doing, I dropped it down. And I was telling everybody a very easy way. There's a lot of hanky shit going on with brokers and this and that. It's kind of hard to trade on a hard wallet, I would say. Honestly, probably one of the safest places to trade right now would be Cash App. Cost fees, I get it. But it's just a very safe way. They don't lend on it. They don't borrow on it. There's no leverage. It's just straight up coin. So if we drop to a 4-hour chart, the other thing I like about the Cash App is that there's nothing else in your account. So if you just have Bitcoin and you just have money to trade Bitcoin, then you'll just execute on Bitcoin trades and you'll actually stick with it. And you won't go spend the money on other shit. You'll be getting your nails done or something. That won't happen if you leave the money in there. Okay? So talked about if we pull back, I would easily see it come back into this where it was before here, this little zone here where it was before. It stopped there 3 times. This is the first place we took profit. This is probably where we pull back to, right around in there. So that 22 range, if we go look on the daily, it makes a lot of sense. Pull up the daily. That 22 range is that previous high right in there. So would that be surprising on the daily just to see it kind of dip back down into there? No, still be an uptrend. Price would still be above the 20. We'd be okay. And on the 4-hour, what that allows is for a new swing trade to set up. So we pull down in here. I'll probably get out of the trade. We've locked in some gains. Now we got a bunch of cash. We're waiting for the setup again, which is what? This. Comes down, stops, and gets above the 5-day moving average. The tricky part will be, does it come back enough to give us the extreme? I don't know. So we had a target here. So I am downsizing the trade. This is probably the top for Bitcoin. We've got one candle to confirm it. So we're building out a stage 3 right now, which is exactly what you saw over here, right? And then what? Big down move, and then we start this thing over. So we'll see. We don't know for certain. We don't need to look at a weekly chart, man. Let me teach the class, bro. Don't worry about it. If I didn't say it, we don't need to look at it. Let's see. Steve Liu just bought the ebook. I get notified, man. It tells me who buys it. So I get all my friends that DM me, hey, Gerald, what's up? To ask questions. I go, look, they ain't even bought my book, man. I don't even know who I'm talking to. I don't even know who I'm talking to, man. I had a guy the other day saying, "Man, that's kind of uncool. You push, man, I don't give a shit if you think it's uncool. Move on, man. Go somewhere else. You're gonna buy books. Buy mine." What you argue for, meaning you better argue for yourself. Damn, you should demand that of people around you. So that's Bitcoin. We look good. Another swing trade we've had open. These are swing trades, by the way. I will get out of them. Delta. I'm in a buy and hold position. Ooh, we're selling off, man. It's noon. We're not holding. What is that, man? So here we are with Delta. Still plenty of room for it to go higher. 36 is my target on Delta. 36 is my target on Delta. Hey, Mike. Do you have my new book, Mike? Now, God is listening. Don't be a liar. I'm fixing to click and look it up because I got your name here. We'll see if Mike has my new book. I don't know, Mike. Is it a stage 1? You tell me. Let's see. Does Mike have the book? Does Mike have the book? Obviously not. He called it a stage 1. Mike, why don't you get the book, man? There's your breakout. 5-day, 10-day moving averages all crossed. Mike ain't got the book. What's wrong with you, man? Look at that. Just told my girlfriend, I guess you got to get permission from your girlfriend when I get back to the States. It's in Italy right now. I have the free ebooks. It's an ebook. The fuck other excuse do you have? Let me see. Maybe your girlfriend will let you buy it when you get home. Maybe if you do the dishes and you're real nice to her, she'll let you read it. Because you can't read ebooks in Italy. That's obvious. Everybody knows that. Can't read them in Italy, G. So busy over here sipping fucking coffee every day. So here's, I don't know, this one's probably coming down. It's hard to read English in Italy. Let's see. A lot of excuses. No, man, it's a stage 2. You're late. And you're in Italy. Can't read books in Italy. Can't read an ebook in Italy, Gerald. I'm in Italy. I can't do it. All right. Let's see. Unknown chose violence today. I dig it. Unknown chose violence. What are you talking about, man? Let's see. Oh, I got you, bro. I got you. Really? If it's a juicy story, let me know, man. DM me. Let's see. Sold longs today. Solid longs today. Oh, solid longs today. Gotcha. Tina, appreciate you. Ace, man, I can't believe I gotta beg you, bro. You're in the sales business. You should have been all over that book, man. I'm trying to make you 10 foot tall. Mike's gonna ask his girlfriend. Maybe if anybody knows Mike's girlfriend, you guys could send her a DM and let her know. It'd be a good idea if her man was 10 foot tall and bulletproof. Be a good idea for her. Then he could buy her, get her nails done. Let's check in on the S&P 500. Looks good. Kind of pulling back right here. That sucks. Let's drop down to a 1 hour, see how we're looking. Still good. Now notice the SPY on the 1 hour. You see, these are choppy. These are harder to trade, on these kind of things. But you're seeing the pattern, right? Like you see the box and the box. And if you notice, even these move ups, it constantly moves into these little boxes. Don't worry, Mike. We're going to get to your girl and see if it's okay. She might give you $27 of allowance. We'll get you squared away, bro. We'll get that book to you all the way to Italy. It's going to take a while by email, though, to get to Italy. It's so far away. And then you may have to convert it into Italian. What's up, G? Stop being... Let's see. Caught some longs on the SPY. Okay. He's long the SPY. So that's what we're looking at here, the SPY. You notice how choppy this is? So, would I want to trade on a 1 hour on the SPY? Probably not. But the point that I'm trying to make is, you're seeing the pattern, right? You're seeing the pattern. So we see in that money flow. The SPY wants to money flow. And so as a shorter term trader, I'm like, okay, the 1 hour is kind of choppy. I know I got a lot of friends that do the 15-minute. Moves a little better. But you get all these jumps on the open. That's one thing I've always hated about trying to trade the. And then here we had the pop, and then it went up. I hate the gap opens, man. It used to drive me crazy as a day trader. We'll see. We'll see how this goes, man. Let's go down to a 5-minute, man. Yeah. It's hard. Most of my trades in the SPY and the U Pro and the TQ, I've got a TQQQ, open now. This is not really a day trade. Not really a trade. It's a position trade, but, set it up. We see you long U Pro and Gush feeling good. Yeah, it looks good, man. Looks good, Ace. What other ones was I talking about? Again, just to emphasize, because we got a lot of people on here, how fast things can turn around. So these are the moves in these stocks just since Friday. These are the returns on the new positions I put on. Now, how big a position you put on obviously would have been up to you. And if you're down in these, say you're down pretty big in SoFi, well, when you add a little bit and catch an 18% bump, and if you can do that a few times, man, you start to bring in that window, right? And so you can then trade your way out. And what's up, Professor? So just, that's something to keep in mind. That's just since Friday. I mean, look at SOXL is up 28%. I think Ethereum's up like 50% in the month. It's been crazy, man. Crazy on the return on that. Let's see. Oh, let's check in on Dash. Now, this is one I think you should just keep. I think owning Dash is just a smart thing to do. This is like owning Amazon back in the day, or Netflix, or Chipotle's. Like, these are just smart moves. You need to accumulate shares just in your buy and hold, and Dash, Airbnb. You have your whole life. Airbnb is going to be here for the next 20, 30 years. So every sell-off in the future you could accumulate. Doesn't mean you can't swing trade them, but you can accumulate those. Let's see. That looks really good. We got a big breakout in Uber. The problem with all of these, guys, we have very close overhead, and we're still in a bear market. I mean, that's the problem. We're still in this nice, solid, we broke that first trend line. Do we get up into the second? I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know that. I think if I'm swing trading, I would limit the number of trades. Like right now, I sent out, if you're in the Money Flow gang, I sent out an email last night breaking down the charts, and I'll show you what I sent out here. Let me pull this up. Let's see. Yeah, we added some. Let's see. I do so much work, man. I'm always trying to write shit, send shit. I've been trying to do these articles to encourage people. Let's see. Share. Where's the share button? Oh, wrong one, G. Come on, man. Get your shit together. Let's see. Oh, here it is. So I'm going to start. I didn't get any feedback. I asked people if it helped. I'll keep updating these, but let's see. Some people said yes. So, sent out a little thing. Now, this was yesterday. Let me do it over here so I can read it. This is super important. This is just on the position trades we have open. Let's cover a few open trades. Most of these I've covered on YouTube and logged in the report and posted in our Discord under GP Thoughts. Keep your trading percentage portion of your investment activities. That advice changes based on age. No, I don't mean trade less when you're older, just the opposite. I mean trade less when you're beginning and new, and larger positions once you have more experience. And trading takes time. Limit your trades. Own a lot of buy and hold stocks. Spend time with your portfolio. It is yours. You really can't go wrong. It's not one or the other. It's all things in proper sizes. Let's say you're busy, legitimately, not like you guys fake a lot, legitimately tied up at work. Keep a swing trade or two going at all times. Once you master the money flow, it takes so little time but can be so beneficial. Let's see. At other times, that may increase. Let's see each way. No, maybe as little as 5 to 10% of your money should be directed toward trading price action. At other times, maybe that'll increase. And I've had times where my trading account was 20 to 30% of my net worth. I have other friends who only trade, and they park all their money in something like the S&P 500 or simply cash, and they break off chunks as trades appear, meaning they're patient, they hunt them. This isn't for me. I separate everything. I have my dividend portfolio in SEP IRAs, traditional IRAs, and my trading account in 3 different brokerage accounts. My primary trading account is I have a primary trading account. I have a much smaller account that has margin, and then I have triple leverage funds in M1 Finance. I keep 25% of my personal wealth in growth stocks, penny stocks, biotech, and Bitcoin. See your wealth building activities as holistic. It's what's right for you at that moment in your life. But don't quit because it gets hard. Damn it, don't quit because it gets hard. You dare. You need a better reason to quit on yourself. I believe in you, believe in me. I might not always show it the best way, but I do. It's why I put out podcast videos, IG videos, and newsletters. I realize for whatever reason, my friends can't keep up with the market like I do because maybe they're in Italy and their girlfriend won't let them, or they don't share the same experiences. So I talk. I did it for free for years before I asked anyone for a penny. Why? Because you need to hear it. What you give away, you always get to keep. Those early people who showed up in my life to help me carry my message forward played a little part in your future success. Man, this is good, man. This is just an update for some trades. I had to drop a little article before we got to the update. Man, that was just what was weighing on me. It keeps going, man. And then we check in on some trades that we got going. That was yesterday. We're in this ERX. There's our stop. So I'll update these. Our Bitcoin trade, our targets, Delta, we got it open as a trade, and SOXL. There's a few others out there, but these are the ones that I'm trading right now. I have growth stocks in my portfolio. I've been waiting to add, like PayPal, Snap, a few others. How do you feel about adding to those names, Skylar? I feel like you should get my book and learn. And maybe just get ARK. I don't know. You sound like you're scared, so maybe just buy ARK. Let's see. Just reacting to what the market is giving me short-term overall bears until they start printing money. What about the NASDAQ? Why ain't going you? Keep the focus. Let's see. Diversify yourself. You can combat that. Maybe you are, not me. Let's see. So, anyway, that's where we're at. Crude oil itself is now creeping above the 20. It's just now, this is crude oil, just getting above. So the oil stocks are leading the way. They are moving ahead of oil. So that's traders telling me, but the futures traders have not pushed up oil above the 20-day moving average. So that's something that's just kind of lingering out there. We need that to happen. We need oil to back up the stocks. Okay? We need oil to back up the stocks. And Scott, if you go to my newsletter, you'll see what I'm adding to. So we started adding to some growth stocks last week. Airbnb, a few others. Let's see. Yeah, man, what's up on YouTube? I keep forgetting to look. I don't have my other monitor. You really do extra. Let's see. What do you think about trading futures? I think that's a good way to lose all your money. I don't think you need to trade futures. You can trade right here and not lose your money. And you're like, what do you mean? I can show you triple leveraged funds. You'll be highly fucking leveraged, and it won't go to zero. Futures go to zero. You lose all your money due to the leverage. So whenever you trade something highly leveraged, you have a very limited window, and then you lose all your money. You can have an opening that'll blow you out of futures, and then it'll turn right around and take off. So, no, I would not trade futures until you can successfully do swing trades in the stock market. I mean, you know, nothing wrong with throwing some money at it. Let's see. Just asking about those names, huh? Maybe I'll just be your personal stock analyst. Let's see. This is oil, man. So pill was a good triple leverage if you like trading biotechs. Looks like it's pulling back a little bit. I don't know. We've had a few biotechs run, a couple in our portfolio. Alt is one that really, really ran. Remember I called the top over here, right around here. We're building out a stage 3. That's not calling the top. That's just the way price moves. But look, now we're back above. So would I enter that? I would not enter that, and this is a good lesson. Let's say I got stopped out here after, let's say I was trading it, and I got in here. I rode it all the way up. I would have took some off here, took some off in here, and now we're topping out. So that's the stage 3, right? Well, when it rolled over, I'm out. So if I'm looking at the money flow pattern, that's what's happening, right? What about the next day it comes right back above? Personally, if there's a resistance zone right here, that doesn't get me excited. I'm not back in the trade. And if I was, maybe for a tiny amount, but my stop loss has got to be back over here. So yeah, you could play it, but this overhead resistance, that's just not a lot of room, man. Where's the previous high? Right here. So I don't like those trades. What I really like is for this thing to pull back some. I want it to pull back into like the 9-10 range, you know, back over in here. There's our previous zone. So that would then make what? A money flow pattern where it ran up, went sideways, came down, went sideways. That would make a better pattern. So that wouldn't get me back in the trade, by the way, just saying, if I got out. If I still had a little bit on, I'd probably leave it. I would leave it on, but what about NASDAQ? Why you go you? Nobody even knows what you're saying, Noonie. Love it, clickable links, notes. Appreciate that, man. We already covered Bitcoin on my story, man. If you go to my story, I've been covering Bitcoin. If you're a subscriber, if you could give up a sandwich every week on there, we talk about, I follow Bitcoin pretty closely. Let's see. No, man. What's on YouTube? Anybody got anything? Somebody said Macy's. Let's look at Macy's. Okay. I believe Macy's pays a little dividend too, doesn't it? If it does, that makes this a bread and butter trade. Now watch this. This is pretty wild. Look at this zone here. Look how tight that is. So we know it can go there. It's gotten hung up there several times. Look, ran up, touched that 200, came down. What do you think we're going to do now? That's your buy signal right there. Where's your target? Right there. It stops in this zone, and it has every time. Now, is that price predicting? No, that's just market structure. You know, boy, look at these V bottoms too, man. Jeez, I hate those, by the way. V bottoms. This one's giving you a little more room. Yeah, this is a nice trade, bro. What about NASDAQ? Why you tell them, please? Nobody even knows what you're saying, bro. Babbling. Let's see. Man, I like this trade. What I don't know what the fundamentals on it. If fundamentals support this move up to 24, that's a pretty easy. This is the kind of shit I like to options trade like this, but I don't know if this is the right environment right now for an options trade. I feel like we're a couple days late into this rally. If I was going to do options, I like to do them just as the SPY's breaking out if possible. I do like this though, man. Put your stop over here if you're trading it. See how easy that is? And there's your target. Let it go. Nice one, man. Macy's looks good. Somebody said, LMT. He doesn't mean long-term capital management. Yeah, I was looking at this the other day, bro. I'm in it. I'm in it. We got an anchor point. I don't know. The chart's kind of ugly. You only got 2 days here. I don't know. This doesn't scream at me for a buy. Not right now. It's not cheap enough. I don't know that we run up. I don't know. I'm in it. I'm in it in my buy and hold. Oh man. But this is not screaming at me for a buy. It's just not. I do like that it's established this level over here though. I mean, look where it stopped. Right? Where the anchor point is literally where it stopped before, like we talk about. So when it broke that level, where does it go? Down to where it stopped before. And if that one breaks, where does it go? Down to the next one where it stopped before. I don't like the chart pattern. You see how ugly the money flows are getting? I mean, look how tight they are. They're like sideways up. The sideways and ups aren't very long. Super tight. So maybe on that, let's say we broke it down. Let's drop down to a 1 hour. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I got in a lot lower. This is just not screaming at me, so I don't know. I like 3M better here. Cisco broke out, but now they're selling off. See, this is the problem. All of these stocks have this overhead resistance right here. Like all of them do. So close. And you notice the ones that do just aren't getting any room, man. Google News causing the market to drop. Let's see. What did Google say? Well, Google looks all right. I'm into Google. The Google. Google's a buy here, by the way. Waiting for, uh-oh. We got a crazy biotech here. NRGU. Oh, no. This is the 3 times oil. Yeah, man. Yeah, this one's fine. He's running 3 times. Man can't get enough leverage. Give me 10. Give me the futures. Give me 50 leverage, baby. Yeah, this is fine. It's expensive to buy. But look, if my man gets the double, it goes from 336 to fucking 800. We're playing the same thing using the ERX, and I went that route just because it's easier for people to purchase it. It's a double leveraged, and it's only $47. That one you're trading is a good one, though, but it's expensive. And then Gush is a little more expensive, $112, $134. So, yeah, Google is a nice little setup there. Let's see. Good play, though. Breaking above the 20. Yeah, so all the oil stocks are breaking out. ConocoPhillips. Yeah, man. What is up? Tito, the breakdown. Let's see. Oh, let's look at BIRO, or what we affectionately call Prague. Is it just can't get going, man? I keep waiting for this one to take off. It's not so much. Somebody mentioned HBI. It's trying. I got a very large position. So now this is too far past a buy zone for me, right? I want to buy stage 1s. If it starts to run, I just let it run. An interesting one in my portfolio to keep an eye on, MFA. It's fallen so far that now the dividend is 16%. Now, one of two things is going to happen. They're either going to cut that dividend, because stocks don't sit around with 16% dividend yields. They do not. So if you buy one, you're going to get your dividend cut. They're either going to cut this dividend or this stock has to go higher. One of two things is going to happen. And I've owned it for a long time. Let me show you. During COVID, this stock went from $7. No, it was like $10. I had gotten in at $7 and I was up like 20 or 30%. Then COVID happened and it fell all the way to $1. And this is where everyone would be like, I don't like Gerald. I don't like the money flow. It went down so hard and it hurt my feelings. And now my girlfriend won't let me play anymore. I have to get back the book. And then what was audibly a very bad day or very bad month then went on a 10,000% run, paying a dividend that now pays a 16% dividend yield, and it's $11. Amazing. Now here's the problem. All the guys over here, they're like, oh, I quit the money flow. I got to focus on work. I got to focus on work. I got to focus on blah, blah, blah. Because, you know, damn well, it was the other way. They ain't focusing on no work. They're staying right here. But I got to focus on work, Gerald. And then they miss out on the 10,000% return as it goes from 25 cents to $11 because they had to focus on other things because it made them sad. And I could show you stock after stock like this. And it's like, oh, but it makes me sad. And then they're like, I don't know if it'll ever come back. Ever. I watched a YouTube video that said that stocks will never, ever, ever in my lifetime ever come back. One time the NASDAQ spent 10 years in the lost decade. It's like, okay, bro. Yeah. Now, it's hard to pull the trigger on a stock that goes from $11 to 25 cents. I sat there looking at the screen, assuming they're going bankrupt. And they were. They had a margin call. They could not cover their loans. This is during COVID. And then they got emergency funding, which is what this was about. And then they've slowly been recovering. They canceled the dividend until they had a bunch of money on the books, and then they got the dividend back. That's how it works. So you take a stock like Ford. Let's say that's in your buy and hold. They've canceled the dividend on and off many times over the years, right? So if you remember the last time they canceled the dividend, stock fell from like $7, had a 10% dividend yield. 10! And they cut it. And then it went to $3. You're like, oh my God, that is terrible. Is it? Is it terrible? Was it awful? Or was it a lifetime opportunity? I don't know, man. So that's just 2 in my own portfolio. I got about 10 of these I could show you. That if I just stay with it and I buy them and compound them. But Gerald, I've got to focus on work now. I can't watch the market because it's down. That's what happens. This is why I have so few friends, because I call them on their bullshit. It's like most people are just full of shit, dude. They lie to themselves. They lie to their family. They just walk around lying. That's what my new book's about. You got to stop that, man. You got to talk honest to yourself. Even if you ain't going to fix it, talk honest to yourself. One of the exercises in there, I say list 3 things or 2 things you should stop doing. Don't mean you need to stop doing them. Just list them. Like, you know what you're doing. You need to stop. Just write it down. You don't have to stop, though. There's just something that happens when you write it down. So those opportunities are going to come to you over and over. Let me show you another one. This one's in my free ebook. You don't have to die broke. Well Tower. So look at all these stage 1s you could buy. Now, I'm not really interested in this stage 1 once I own a position. Like, I'm not a forced buyer. I mean, I always want to look, where's the best place for my $100? I'm always thinking that. Is it this? Maybe, maybe not. Now, once we get below the 100-day and we're below value, I'm getting a little more interested. Right? Because that's a good place for $100. And so I'm always asking myself, where's the best place for my $100? Where am I most likely to double it? And so as I look in my portfolio, well, if we back this up, this is in my free ebook. So I've owned this for like 7 years, collecting dividends. Well, guess what? They're in the assisted living thing. Bad news during COVID, all the old people dropped dead. And when that happened, and they closed them all, and they were in a total panic, price went from $80, and I'd bought it years ago, way back here, compounding dividends for all these years, just growing my position. And then holy sheep shit, it falls to $20 in 1 month. I don't like the money flow. I'm going to focus on work now. I'm going to focus on work. My girlfriend says I can't do it. And that's what happens. And so instead of capitalizing on this unique position that you find yourself in, of being able to buy shares in the 20-something dollar range when the whole world is falling apart. I mean, you got to know there's a housing crisis coming. Gerald, why would you be looking at a duplex next week if there's a housing crisis coming? I'm going to look at a duplex, by the way, in New Orleans. On one side is Airbnb property. On the other side is a long-term rental. I'm kind of excited about it. I could get two in one transaction. So if anybody wants to loan me $440,000, let me know. That's the hard part. Now I got to find the money. I don't need 440 though, right? I only got to come up with 20%. The bank comes up with the other part. But Gerald, don't you know there's a housing crisis coming? Valuetainment said it's going to crash. I know. That's what they say. So here was a crash too. Boom. I'm not a forced seller though, so I don't need to sell. I got time times amount times yield. So these were opportunities. These were the obvious state. Inside of here were all kinds of stage ones as we moved up. Stage one buys, stage one buys, stage one buys, stage one buys. And now we're back to $84. Do I want to buy it here? No, it's not a deal. It's not on sale. So I could go through a lot of these, man, in my portfolio. I can just keep going. Tons of them where they were way up here and then they're way down here and now they're way up here and then they're way down there and then they're way up here. And what the money flow allows me to do is not really so much worry about that. So once I put it in my portfolio, it's there this is not trading, this is investing. And I'm just trying to accumulate on stage ones. And if it runs up too high on a stage 3, I'm looking to take some off. They mentioned that LMT one. I was going to show you something. So what was it? Last year we added this to our portfolio? Yeah, it was last year. This is on a weekly chart. It was this day here. They reported earnings, and I remember it clearly, and it came crashing down. And it went from 37 to 320, $50-something drop in like a week. And then what? Started going sideways. We added it to the portfolio, been accumulating it, and then it broke out, and I haven't bought it since. And it's just drifted higher. Well, look what's happening. Now we've come back down. So, is that the best place for my money? It could be. Maybe you need some aero defense in your portfolio. I have some, not really an interest to me. But you see how two people can be looking at the same market and have different interests, right? Meaning I could look at it, not really for me. You might look at it, you don't have any, and you're like, whoa, this is my chance. And so two people, money's just a social agreement. Two people can, right out of the new ebook, two people can look at the same thing and come to completely different decisions and both be right. And both be right, by the way. We have mixed-use building in the French Quarter if you're interested. Yeah, DM me, bro. You own some property in the French Quarter? Money Greeny? What is it? Greening? Man, hook me up. I'll be out there next week. You could buy OGP a beer. We could talk. I'd love to see your building, though. If you got others, I'd like to see those, too. Let's see. Just bought the ebook. You're a very, very kind person. Yeah, hey, DM me, man. Money Green. And I'll be out there. I got a doctor's appointment on August 2nd. And I said next week. It ain't next week. Today's the 20th. But I'll be out there the first week of August. Yeah, man. I might do a little get-together. I said it last time I was going to do it, and I didn't. I'm probably going to do it this time, though. We'll do a little meet and drink. I'll do a little meet and drink at one of the bars there in the quarter. We'll see what's up. I'll put out my text list. I got a text list just for New Orleans, man. And I'll send out a text. That way, sometimes I send them out, let people know where I'm at in case they want to come hang out. Let's see. That's it, man. That's all we got today, man. Bob Hope's here. That's a cool name. Robinhood traders have gotten shaken out. I don't think all of them have. Hopefully not, man. And I was one of those E-Trade traders with a dancing baby. That's how I got into the stock market, man. And I blew the shit out of my money. Like I put, 10, 12,000 in, traded the craziest stocks, lost all my money. just hung around. Put more money back in, hung around. Then I was like, shit, man, all this trading I'm doing, these dividend stocks just keep going up. So I figured out there was something to that. And then I began to figure out, of course, the money flow pattern. The newsletter, I don't update it daily. If you're in the money flow gang, every text eventually falls to the newsletter. Meaning if I alert you to something, it eventually gets updated here. I try to update these charts like once a week. I've played around with having an editor and this and that, and I don't know I don't know that we need this shit in daily updates. I don't know that. Sometimes I get people asked to help me. It's like, bro, I don't know that you're going to keep doing it. So it's hard for me to do that. And I don't feel like paying someone for doing something that I don't know adds much value. This is my buy and holds. Not a lot changes here. It's mostly add, collect dividend, add. And I'm just scanning these every day. Where's the best place for my $100? And it's not which one's doing the best. That's usually the worst place for my $100. It's like, which one of these is undervalued and a stage one? And I start scanning them. And then as I find all the candidates, right, then I narrow them down. Okay, because I could have a stage one that I have a huge position in, like in BX. Well, I'm not going to add to that. Okay, so next. And I go through, and then I get it down to 5 or 6 people, and I'm like, okay, do I want to add to CRM, Coke, Kellogg's? And I'm looking, and I'm like, okay, which sector is this in? How does this fit in my overall portfolio? Will this raise the dividend? I'm just kind of going through that, and I'm kind of constantly doing that, so it goes faster than it sounds. And my goal by the end of this year is to have that over 13. This was over 5. That was at the beginning. This is going to happen, no problem. This is almost over 5 now. I got to get this over 13. Right, and that puts it at 20, what is that, 23, easily over 23. I'd like to get it 24 by the end of the year. So you see what I'm focused on, right? What I'm focused on this isn't so much the balance of the account, because my balance is actually down 60-something thousand in this on the year, but this here is up 3,000. Let me say that again. The balance is down 60,000. The dividend yield is up, my collection on the year is up 3,000. This is what I'm trying to collect, dividends. The price will go up and down. I'm not worried about that. Let's see. Finally picked up the ebook. Look at that. Now we're friends. Bro, we're not doing SQ right now. Let's see. We're not doing the old SQ right now. You gotta let that set up, man. You gotta see if this holds, because if that breaks, you're coming down into here, man. He says gold is setting up. So gold is, I'm fixing to release a report of my top 12 penny stocks, and AUY is one of them. It's trying to set up. Gold is setting up. Let's see. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Lyft is a buyout. Lyft is breaking out. I think this is going to be a buyout. I got a decent size in Lyft, man. I might add a little more today. We'll see. I'm a little greedy. I might wait till tomorrow and see if we get a little bit of red. I prefer the red open, add a little bit into the red. I don't like adding once we're breaking out. No, not yet. I was just referring. Yeah. Okay. Just making sure you were waiting on that. And make sure you watch the cues for that Q. Cues for the Q, but make sure you keep an eye on the Q. So you guys trade in TQ, UPRO. Make sure you watch the actual ETF, though. And like we talked about, this is our problem with this little rally. We may run out of steam really quick because of all the resistance that's right here. I mean, that is a lot of resistance right there. So we got to get through that. And then as soon as we get through it, there's more right there. So we'll see, man. Uber. But I like both, man. I buy a little both. I got a lot more money in Uber than I do in Lyft. You, the man, GP, went through every podcast. Oh, my God, man. You're going to go crazy, bro. You'd be walking around mumbling. You listen to all my podcasts twice. You'll be walking around mumbling. Blah, 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 blah. I know that's how I feel after I listen to some of them. They're exhausting. Yep, Uber looks good. Yeah, don't add any more. Like let it do what it's gonna do. Like let it be. It's where we're at on Uber right now. This is, you could add today, but any past this I wouldn't. And honestly, I wouldn't add today in case I'm being a little finicky here. And Bitcoin is topped out. We'll end with this. Go back to Bitcoin. I've been really, really watching this. Pretty sure we've topped out. I don't mean forever, just right now. Next few days, probably going to go sideways. They're going to go up and down. This 4-hour chart, look at the 2-hour. The 2-hour is still banging above. So we're at an extreme on the 2-hour. It's turning around. You see it. And we're on an extreme on the 4-hour. We hit an extreme. Those need to be worked off. And, do we do a full cascade down? I don't know about that. It wouldn't surprise me if we came back to the 20 down there, the 22,400 range. And then maybe I might look at putting some of that trade back on. We'll see. I'm at about 70%. I had one full Bitcoin. I've sold some, so I'm down here. This is, again, a swing trade, not my buy and hold. GP Professor had Carlos Real Estate Module live yesterday, and you missed it. I know, man. I know everything Carlos knows. Let's see. Listening to Bigger Pockets as mud and paint walls. There you go, man. Yeah, I missed that, man. I was just tied up, man. I couldn't. The professor, are you on here, Professor? He's a young single guy, man. He ain't got as many distractions as I do. Some of us work. I hope we are too, bro. I'm just playing what I'm seeing. Podcasts are great. I appreciate that. I keep banging them. I feel like sometimes I do too many. I got my friend Nick coming for an interview. You guys might enjoy that. Me and Nick have become personal friends. Nick met me in New York at one of the meet and greets I did. When I did a deal at my house, he was the first guy to buy a ticket. We've hit it off. We've become friends. We talk all the time on the phone. Good dude. He's got 3 properties. He's out trying to do he's doing the money flow. He's got properties, taking care of business, man. He's a salesman, selling things. So we have a lot in common, and he's younger than me, about 15 years younger. So he's on that same path. He's just behind me, and it's fun because I get a lot of energy from that. And because, everything he's going through, I went through that. Everything he's trying to do with the rentals, I did that and I'm doing that. And the problems he's going to have, I've had those problems or will, And I'm going to try to get him on the podcast because a lot of people identify with, what he's dealing with. Struggle, work, wife, kids, property, stocks. Like trying to put all this together and stay on it every day when life, you might be in Italy and your girlfriend won't let you buy an eBook. Now, Nick don't have that problem, but what's cool is him. Here's one of the things I respect. He forced his way close to me, not in a bad way, like you freak someone out like a stalker, but like just positioning yourself to receive. And there's a way to do that, and there's a way not to do it. Like he didn't come to me, hey, can I have this? Can I have that? What about the? He wasn't doing that. He was like, hey, man, can I buy you a beer? Or, hey, I read this and that's cool. It reminded me, like, you know what I mean? Like just a natural, organic flow of just positioning yourself, being there, being over here, staying on it, being consistent, showing up. And now we're good friends. And that's going to greatly benefit his life because he has a person that's done a lot of the shit he's trying to do that he can just text or pick up the phone and call. Figure that out for yourself in life if you can. If you can find people like that, that will help you, man. And if you're a lady, it probably needs to be a lady. And if you're a man, it probably needs to be a man. And it probably needs to be someone similar to yourself. I mean that. Like maybe they're the same race, same age, not same age, but, same situation. Like you're probably going to identify with them more and that's going to help you. But do it in a way where you're not. Here's what I hate. When people want to do it and they want to do shit for me, I have to stop what I'm doing to fucking talk to them. And that makes that difficult. So you got to find a way to do that without interrupting people. I can relate. Been making stupid money and work lately plus family. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough, and you got to find a way to do it. All right, man. You guys be good. Keep a close eye on this Bitcoin. It's getting very, very exciting, man. Getting very exciting. You guys be good. All right, YouTube. I think we covered it. Crash was the best time to trade. I think so, man. Let's see. A lot of people have come and went during that time. You're absolutely right. Yeah, keep an eye. I don't know, man. This rally looks like it's fading. I'm guessing some bad news came out while I was live. I don't know. Maybe not. We're still above the high of yesterday, so let's keep our fingers crossed. You guys be good?